For better living, are you feeling good tonight? This thing got me thanking God for life.
Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. So for this tutorial, we're going to be doing an updo, braided updo. And right now you see me trying to part her hair. I'm using a rat tail comb with the ends that are very like thin, and this is the metal version of it. Very nice to give the most precise parting. So as you can see, I'm kind of like giving it a slight curve because you know this is gonna be kind of like pulled up so into a ponytail, so you want to have a slight curve whenever you're doing your parts in the front. This video is really gonna focus a lot on the parting and a lot on the fitting technique. This time we're not going to be doing the Ghana technique. I wanted to do something a little bit different for you guys so you can, you know, just get different perspectives and try out whichever one you want and see which ones work for you. That's the purpose of the channel. We're here to learn. Anyway, so I just applied a little bit of that shining jam to the hair just to make it, you know, tacky for us to braid and give it a smoother finish at the base. Now I'm going to be starting off with her natural hair, and then I'm going to be adding some braiding hair to the hair as I go along. Now the technique I'm going to be using to add the braiding hair is going to be different, so pay attention. I'm starting off with the smallest piece of braiding hair, and instead of applying it across, I'm going to be applying it inside of just that one finger, and then I'm going to continue to braid as usual like nothing happened. Now I'm going to take another piece of hair and I'm going to attach it again to that same very finger, right in between those two fingers right there, and then just continue to braid like nothing happened. Now I like this technique because it makes it easier and stress-free to add hair to it while still having control over the hair. As you can see, those two hands on my left hands, they're not moving. They're just staying put at the base of the hair while I'm just simply putting the braiding hair in between those two fingers. And then I just braid, like do two crisscross braids and then just add another piece of hair as I go along. Now it doesn't matter if you do pass the braiding hair or braid the hair in 3 strands twice. You can, with this technique, you can literally add hair back to back and you'll still be okay. So that's why I like this technique better, because not better, but like if you want a fitting method that's easy that you can follow, this is a very good beginner friendly way to add hair. There are different ways to do it, but I feel like this is the easiest to kind of grasp. The first time I tried this method, I was like, you know what, forget it, because it was a little bit kind of complicated for me to understand. Not necessarily complicated, but it was just kind of like abstract, and I couldn't find anyone that could break it down a little bit. So I'm gonna be using that perspective to explain this for you guys. But anyways, when we get to the next braid, I'll come back again and I'll walk you guys through it. But yeah, so when you get to the end, you just braid the hair as usual. I like to go back in and finish the tail end of the braids after I've completely done the cornrows, because I just found that it's, you know, I work faster that way. So that's what I do. So for the next braid, we're going to be doing pretty much the same thing. You want to give your part a slight curve. Take your time, make sure you're straight. You guys know the drill. So go ahead and apply your shining jam. This is going to make it easy for you to kind of grab the hair and also give you a very smooth finish at the base of the braids. So keep that in mind. Or if you find another product that you work better with, that you don't feel like it's slippery, then yeah, just work with whatever you think is best for you. So once again, we're going to be starting off with her natural hair and then adding hair as we go along. And we're going to be repeating the same hair adding process. Just take a little piece of hair and apply it in between those two fingers at the base. Now notice how those fingers are not moving. Just my right hand is adding the hair onto the hair right in between. I'm not moving my fingers, I'm not jolting it or anything like that. Just keep it stationary while your other hand is doing the work of actually getting that piece of hair in between those both braids. As you can see, when you add the hair into the middle of your finger, there's already a piece of hair there, so it's just gonna join that other piece of hair and the one at the back, and it's just kind of it's just gonna flow all together. Oh, Jesus. Oh, I'm trying not to bite my tongue here because it's like you guys don't understand how hard it is to like do voiceover on braiding tutorials and try to give a reason why you're doing this and that. It's so difficult, but I'm trying my best, so just kind of bear with me. Once again, we're going to repeat the same process all throughout the hair, you guys. Now, the difference between this and the Ghana technique is that this method, you don't cover the natural hair on top. You can still see the client's hair on top of the braiding hair. Do you get what I'm saying? Whereas with the Ghana technique, you can hide her natural hair under the braids. Do you get what I mean? So it's like, even if I wanted to use blonde braids to braid her hair and her hair is naturally black, with the Ghana technique, I can hide her black hair inside the blonde braids with cornrows. So that's the beauty of the Ghana technique, okay? So, and I'm gonna do a tutorial on that super duper soon, like really soon. So just kind of, you know, hang in there and we'll get these videos rolling. But yeah, so just repeating the same process. Add the hair in between the fingers. Make sure those two fingers are stationary, they're not moving. They're gonna keep your cornrows literally laying as flat as you possibly can get it to. So make sure you just keep in mind your hand placements, your body movements. When you braid, you're not gonna be standing in one place. You're gonna kind of flow in the direction of where you're braiding towards. So just keep that in mind when you're braiding as well. If you feel like your braids are not coming out the way you want them to, make sure you're standing properly. Make sure that you're flowing as well with your part, the way you part the hair and you're braiding. Make sure you're flowing the same way. Yeah, so as you can see, I'm braiding the back. I'm standing at the opposite end of where I'm braiding, so this is going to help me flow as I braid along. Now with the back, as you can see, I did my part with a slight curve to kind of mimic the same part that I have in the front. So yeah, you guys will see what I'm gonna do with the back part really soon, but we're just gonna be adding the same using the same technique to braid this. In terms of how you add the hair, we're gonna be doing the same two, we're gonna be adding the hair in between those same two fingers and then just braiding along as usual. So take another piece of hair, add it to the middle of those two fingers. You're gonna try your hardest because at the back it's a little bit hard to get that hair in between the fingers, just because of how you're standing, in a sense, because you have to stand that way in order to really be able to braid the hair. So just take your time, be patient with it, and try and keep trying, you know, until you get it right. The one thing I know about braids is like the more you do it, the stronger your hand is gonna be, and the better your muscle memory is going to be. Like there are times when like I'm braiding and I'm not even thinking about it anymore because my fingers know what to do and they do the work for me. So kind of keep that in mind. So that's why I say always practice. Get your mannequin out. Maybe do like, you know, 2 cornrows a day, or you can do maybe 5 different cornrows in your mannequin head a day, just to practice. You know, take at least 3 hours out of your day and be like, okay, I'm just gonna sit here and I'm just gonna braid my mannequin head and see if I can come up with different cute styles. Try out different parting method on your mannequin head, see how it comes out. But yeah, and mind you, when you're working with a mannequin head, it's a little bit more difficult as opposed to when you're working on a human head, an actual person, because a mannequin head is plastic, it doesn't move. With a human, when you're working with, you know, a real person, it's like they move with you, they make it easier for you. So keep that in mind. If you do really good when braiding with a mannequin head, then you're gonna kill it when you're working on like a real person. So just keep that in mind and keep practicing, and just know that, you know, it's gonna take time, but it's definitely doable. So yeah, start now. Go get a mannequin and practice. Make sure you use your hair clips. They're gonna help make your life easier, like so easy. Utilize your clips because all those little stray hairs that may come out from the other section that you haven't started working on, it may interfere with the braid. So use your clips. You know, I always have at least 5-10 clips on me. I clip them on my clothing, I clip them on my sleeve, just so I can, you know, they're easily, you know, accessible to me and stuff. Or I clip it on the client's hair. Like I literally have like 5-10 clips, not 10, but like 5 to 6 clips on my client's hair at a time, just so I can, you know, make sure everything, the hair is staying where it needs to stay. Because most of the time it's about control. Like, do you have control over the hair? You know, if you're braiding and a piece of hair keeps flying and interrupting you when you're braiding, then you're not gonna have the easiest experience or the easiest time. So make sure you have control over the hair, and don't be afraid of the hair. Like, don't be afraid of the hair. Have control over it. Use products, use clips, use anything and everything that you can find to help you keep it in place. So for the back parting, you're going to be doing the same curved lines. I'm really going to kind of focus on this part with you guys, because a lot of the times with updos, your parts matter. So I've done an updo tutorial where I do how I part before I begin, so you can refer back to that video. I'll try and put the link in the description, but as you can see, the curve is kind of like curving the same way too. It just depends on the person's head shape. They may come out differently, or you know, it depends on the volume of the hair someone has. Different hairstyle will come out differently on one person than the other person. So when you keep following that same part and you do it on this opposite side, this is what your hair would look like. It would start forming like an oval shape in the middle. When you do one thing on the opposite as you did on the other side, it's gonna create an oval shape. If you do the same line pattern on one side and the other side, keep that in mind, because our head shape is round. So when you do the same thing on one side that you do on the other side, you're gonna have that oval shape coming together, as you can see in the middle section. So yeah, just pretty much do the same thing on both sides, and it's gonna naturally fall in place. Like literally, it'll naturally fall in place. As you can see in the middle section, there's like that nice oval shape that I was telling you guys about. So I'm just gonna take my rat tail comb and just part it right down the middle and make it into 2 braids. You could probably do 3, but I think I was probably being lazy, but I just parted it into 2. So yeah, this is what it should be looking like. You know, it looks really, really nice. It comes out to be a very nice, cute design, and you didn't even have to do so much geometry like you probably thought you needed to do. Like, all you had to do was curve your parts on the right side and then curve your parts on the left side, and voila, you have a very, very nice, cute, intricate design that is easily duplicated. Like, you can easily do this on anyone. So yeah, practice it on your mannequin and see how it goes, and let me know if you like it. So when I get to the end, I start adding pieces of hair to make the ponytail longer. So I add 1 piece of hair, braid it once, and then I add another piece of hair, and then continue to braid all the way down. This is going to make the length of the braids longer. Just FYI, in case you want to add length to your updo and not able to, this is how you do it, okay? So yeah, the hard part is pretty much completed. You're almost done. You should be happy. You should be doing your hallelujah dance at this stage, because you're about to be done. It's about time to go heat up your jello fries so you can sit down and watch Grey's Anatomy or whatever you do in your spare time. So right now I'll be dipping your hair in hot water. Make sure you drape your clients and drape yourself, so that way you can prevent any accidents from happening. So when you're doing this part, make sure your client's back is completely against the back of the chair. I had a client once, and her back, she was sitting awkwardly where her back was away from the chair, and when I dipped the hair in hot water, the hot water dipped into the back of the chair and touched her back. But when she's sitting against the chair, it drips on the floor, and it doesn't drip on your towel, it doesn't drip on their back, it drips directly on the floor. So make sure they're sitting properly. That is so important. But anyway, so this is what your hair should be looking like. You're looking cute, you're looking good. I really loved how this hair came out. It turned out really, really nice. If you found this video to be very productive and informative and you learned something, make sure you give the video a thumbs up. Make sure you like it, you share it, and you leave a comment. Let me know what you think, what you've tried, what you haven't tried. Just let me know what you think. And if you haven't subscribed to my channel and you're watching this video, log off. What are you doing? Like, seriously, hit the subscribe button. and click the bell so that way you get notified when I upload a video so you don't miss my videos. If you miss my videos, I'm gonna be pissed because then what are we doing? What am I working for? So I hope you guys enjoyed this tutorial. Make sure you subscribe to your girl or whatever. But yeah, I'll catch you guys in my next video. Have a merry day and God bless.